A lot of businesses nowadays feeling the pinch of rising fuel costs. I was shocked. I filled up my vehicle the other day, and it was $74 when it normally would cost me between 55 and 60. The cause and effect thing, a lot of businesses will pass that fuel increase onto the consumer in the form of higher prices. But a lot of businesses are now using technology in order to decrease their overall fuel consumption and therefore saving money. And joining me on the telephone is the CEO of a company known as U.S. Fleet Tracking. Jerry Hunter is with us. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to mention, too, you guys are a big deal. You've provided services to Super Bowl, the 2010 Pro Bowl, the 2011 NHL All-Star Game, and the 2010 Winter Olympics as well. Tell us exactly what it is that U.S. Fleet Services, U.S. Fleet Tracking, rather, does.
Well, actually, it's a small device that embeds underneath the dash and records the latitude, longitude, heading, and velocity, and we transmit that data back out of the vehicle to our servers so that the consumer can log into the website and watch the vehicle live as it's moving.
So this is known as live GPS tracking, but how does that, in a nutshell, equate to lower fuel consumption?
Typically, our customers find that after they've installed our devices, their employees are not driving 30 miles to go have lunch together.
So Big Brother's watching.
Right. Not using the company service truck to tow their boat to the lake. Not making personal trips in the company vehicle. As a result, fuel mileage stays basically the same, although they are driving more safely. They're not speeding everywhere. But the number of miles driven reduces dramatically.
Now, you guys aren't the first people providing this sorts of service, but you guys are kind of set apart from the rest of the pack. Tell us why that is.
Most of the other products out there provide updates every 2 minutes or every 5 minutes, so that when you look at a map, what you're seeing is the vehicle was here approximately 2 minutes or 5 minutes ago. The actual location of that vehicle, if it's moving at 60 miles an hour, can be 2 miles or even as much as 5 miles different from what they show on their maps. Our products update at slowest every 10 seconds, at fastest every 3 seconds. So that means the vehicle is as far off from the location shown on the map as it can possibly travel in, say, 10 seconds if they're on a 10-second plan.
So how many vehicles would you say that your device is in right now in North America?
Somewhere in the area of 80,000.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, and I was reading another interesting stat, too, that some of your clients within the first month have seen their fuel costs decreased by as much as 25%?
Yes, ma'am. And that's on average. Some of them will be as low as 20% and as high as 35 or 40%. It depends on the industry. But typically, the first adopters of this technology about 6 years ago were emergency services, ambulances, police departments, that sort of thing, so that they could dispatch the closest available vehicle to the call. That resulted in a faster response time, and for ambulances, response times were reduced from, in some cases, 22 and a half minutes down to 2 minutes for the same call.
So
instead of dispatching a car that's 5 miles away, you dispatch the car that's 2 blocks away.
So what other services, though, do you provide, aside from what you just told us?
Well, approximately 80% of our businesses, or 80% of our customers are small businesses that use this to track and improve efficiency of their fleet operations. 10% of it is government services, fire, ambulance, police department, sheriff's departments. And the remaining 10% is evenly divided between spouses tracking cheating spouses and parents tracking teenage drivers. The services that we actually provide are reports. In addition to being able to log in and see exactly where the car is to within 8 inches, you can download reports that show you what percentage of the time the vehicle was idling versus moving, the ability to replay the history for the past 90 days, or even the ability to draw a fence on the map and get a text message anytime the vehicle enters or leaves that fenced area. So, for example, if your vehicle is stolen from your parking lot at 2 in the morning, you don't find out about it at 8 o'clock the next morning. You know about it at 2 o'clock and 15 seconds when the text message rings your telephone.
That's interesting stuff. The website is usfleettracking.com. And Jerry, thanks so much for the time this afternoon. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Jerry Hunter, CEO with U.S. Fleet Tracking.